$11.50. $1.50 won't it? $11.50. Your turn. $12. Now you're starting to look at him. $12.
We said, can you count to 10? He goes, yeah, I can count to 10. We said, well, count to 10. So anyway, he started count to 10. And then the nerves went a little bit. We said, good, can you go $1, $2, $3, $4? You can count to 10 that way. Yeah, I can do that. We said, well, you're auctioneering.
12 with another 50, sir, I'm sure. $12 now. 12 the money now.
We're here at the Ekka looking at the Young Auctioneers competition, which has just taken place behind us, diving beyond just the competition to learn about the art of auctioneering and why it's a skill that's still needed in industry today and how they come together. They leave the logos at the door, come together to build the industry up and really hone their skills.
The Limousin cross heifer. She's milk tooth, she's HGP free, and she's...
Yeah, very shocked to start with, but no, yeah, very relieved is probably the main emotion, yeah, so...
You literally have auctioneering in your blood. Tell me about the family lineage.
Yeah, so it stems back a long way. My grandfather, he was an auctioneer originally. And then, yeah, my father, he went into it as well. He started auctioneering and he went pretty well. He won the National Young Auctioneers competition, which he often reminds me of. So, yeah, there's a bit of history there.
Bit of pressure too, from the sounds of things.
Yeah, plenty of pressure. No, they don't give me any pressure. But yeah, probably more so the pressure you put upon yourself.
So, did you learn the tricks of the trade from them? Because it's quite an art, auctioneering.
No, not at all. It's something I just stumbled into, really. I didn't have any interest in it when I was younger. But yeah, when I moved to Rockhampton and saw auctions conducted there, I just fell in love with it. And yeah, it's something I love to do.
How quickly has it taken you to pick it up, do you think, or to become, I guess, a bit of a master at it?
Oh, it takes plenty of time, and I think it's a skill you'll never master. But yeah, it's taken a lot of practice and selling in a lot of different environments is the main thing as well.
How do you learn and practice the little one-liners like the mountain of meat and that sort of thing?
Well, yeah, to be honest, my run today was probably fairly premeditated. It's a lot of it is listening to what other people say. A lot of it's copied, believe it or not. But yeah, you think of things on the run. You could be driving with no service somewhere, and you just you're running along, and it just pops into your head. So it's there's no right or wrong way about it. But yeah.
How difficult is it to pick your buyers and read their body language? Because sometimes it's literally the lift of one finger.
Yeah, absolutely. It's something very difficult, especially when you haven't seen the buyers before, don't know how they bid or how they buy. But yeah, they kind of, if they're not there, they let you know. But yeah, it is tough.
Not every agent has to be an auctioneer, so why did you choose to add that to your portfolio?
It's probably something I just fell in love with, even just listening to other people. I love auctioneering as a whole and love listening to it. And when I first had a go at it myself, just, fell in love with it, the adrenaline rush that comes from it. And, yeah.
It's pretty competitive agency. You're constantly competing for cattle and all of that. But it seems like for this one day, this one competition, the colours kind of get lost and the focus is more on the craft and the art of auctioneering. Talk me through that.
Yeah, absolutely. It a lot of it starts at the Alpa school that we do prior to selection. We got instructors from all different companies, and the colours are nothing on that day. They're more than happy to help anyone who works for anyone, and I think that's where it starts. And on top of that, you get to see other boys or other men rather that you don't get to see all the time. There's some blokes there that have become really good mates, but I only see them once a year at the Alpa school or this event. So there's certainly plenty of camaraderie about it. That's for sure.
$70 you want to be in. Hold on at 70. Not going. You're out. 71. I bid 71.
When we do the actual school, there are 6 of us as presenters from across Queensland that have all got different coloured shirts on, and we're all there giving our time for other fellas that have last week they went and knocked a mob of cattle off us and sold them, and we missed them. But we put all that aside for the common good of the development of our whole industry.
Tell me about the auctioneering school. Has that been getting bigger, smaller? Is there more interest? How would you sort of compare this year?
It was certainly another large number of people that came along to the school. So, like, essentially, everyone that comes to the school doesn't necessarily and aren't necessarily eligible for the competition, because obviously they have to be under 25 years of age. So we do, over a number of years, of over 20 odd years that I've been doing the school, we've seen fellas up to 40 and 50 years of age coming along there to just get a bit more of a rounded development in their business, and just they don't necessarily have to be an auctioneer or from a selling centre, but a lot of the stuff that we're doing at the school now is on personal development across their whole sector. So yes, we do our auctioneering, yes, we do have speech pathologists there to do breathing, but a lot of other stuff is problem solving, is issues that arise which happen on a daily basis, and for those that aren't always in an auction centre, they come across these other problems. So it's a very rounded school now, and it's called an auctioneer school, but there is a heck of a lot more behind it than just that.
It's quite a craft, auctioneering. Can you talk me through that, the kind of skills that required?
Yeah, it certainly is, but the other side of it is a very basic, as it's just numbers with some other filler words in between it. So I can take you back to probably 6 years ago, where we had a young fella at the school at Gracemere in the first morning, and I always like to take the brand new ones each year. I really get a great challenge out of that, and I get a heck of a lot out of teaching at these schools. Like, I learn something from them every year, and from the speech pathologist. So there was a young fella there, and we would the first morning we just go out like they've never sold, they've never done anything. Their boss has said, just go along and get some development about you. And anyway, we had about 7 or 8 in the group, and the young fella there's there, and it was 2 or 3 blokes were just selling some clearing sale items, and anyway, it was his turn to get up, and then he just seriously broke down in tears. He was just absolutely that nervous, and so we just sent all the other boys away. I said, righto, all go away, and he said, I just can't do it, and he was going to walk off camp, and we said, no, you can, because it's just numbers, all right? So we said, can you count to 10? He goes, yeah, I can count to 10. We said, well, count to 10. So anyway, he started counting to 10, and then the nerves went a little bit. We said, can you go $1, $2, $3, $4? You can count to 10 that way. Yeah, I can do that. We said, well, you're auctioneering. And that's as basic as it is, and you're just doing numbers and filler words, and you can put in whatever filler words, which then become your patter, and then develop from that. By the end of the second day, that young fella was equally as good as any of the other blokes that were there.
Quickly, hurry, Wanima, done. $81. Thank you very much, Mr. Nolan. The Breakfast Creek Hotel, thank you very much. Thanks to the underbidder as well. Thank you.